Talk-6, Thursday, 27th June, 1895. The Swami brought the New Testament this morning and talked again on the book of John. Muhammad claimed to be the comforter that Christ promised to send. He considered it unnecessary to claim a supernatural birth for Jesus. Such claims have been common in all ages and in all countries. All great men have claimed gods for their fathers. Knowing is only relative. We can be God, but never know Him. Knowledge is a lower state. Adam's fall was when he came to know. Before that, he was God. He was truth and purity. We are our own faces, but can see only a reflection, never the real thing. We are love, but when we think of it, we have to use a phantasm, which proves that matter is only externalized thought. Nivritti is turning aside from the world. Hindu mythology says that the four first created were worn by a swan as God Himself. That manifestation was only secondary, so they remained without creating. The meaning of this is that expression is degeneration, because spirit can only be expressed by the letter, and then the letter killeth. Yet principle is bound to be clothed in matter, though we know that later we shall lose sight of the real in the covering. Every great teacher understands this, and that is why a continual succession of prophets has come to show us the principle and give it a new covering suited to the times. My master Sri Ramakrishna taught that religion is one. All prophets teach the same, but they can only present the principle in a form. So they take it out of the old form and put it before us in a new form. When we free ourselves from name and form, especially from the body, when we need no body, good or bad, then only do we escape from bondage. Eternal progression is eternal bondage. Annihilation of form is to be preferred. We must get free from any body, even a God body. God is the only real existence. There cannot be two. There is but one self, Atman, and I am that. Good works are only valuable as a means of escape. They do good to the doer, never to any other. Knowledge is mere classification. When we find many things of the same kind, we call the sum of them by a certain name and are satisfied. We discover facts, never why. We take a circuit in a wider field of darkness and think we know something. No why can be answered in this world. For that we must go to God. The knower can never be expressed. It is as when a grain of salt drops into the ocean. It is at once merged in the ocean. Differentiation creates homogeny or sameness is God. Get beyond differentiation, and then you conquer life and death and reach eternal sameness and are in God as God. Get freedom even at the cost of life. All lives belong to us as leaves to a book, but we are unchanged, the witness, the self, upon whom the impression is made, as when the impression of a circle is made upon the eyes when a firebrand is rapidly whirled round and round. The self is the unity of all personalities, and because it is at rest, eternal, unchangeable. It is God, Atman, and it is not life, but it is coined into life. It is not pleasure, but it is manufactured into pleasure. Today, God is being abandoned by the world because he does not seem to be doing enough for the world. So they say, of what good is God? Shall we look upon God as a mere municipal authority? All we can do is to put down all desires, all hates and differences, put down the lower self, and commit mental suicide. Keep the body and mind pure and healthy, but only as instruments to help us to God, for that is their only true use. Seek truth for truth's sake alone. Look not for bliss. It may come, but do not let that be your incentive. Have no motive except God. Dare to come to truth even through hell.